everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am planning with this Miss and Meow kit strawberry patch, and it is a very special plan with me because this is a collab with Chelsea aka Beth aka Be the Happy Turtle on IG. Be sure to check her Instagram out and her video, which I will link in the description, but we are basically doing a strawberry kit themed collab, and I am super excited. It was so nice of her to reach out after seeing me ask for a collab on strawberry kits on one of my videos. I love this kit, love the unfoiled and foiled strawberries and the washi, so let's get into it. So we came up with a few questions we'd like to answer as part of this collab, and the first is favorite spring nail polish. So I can't answer a specific polish. I'm going to answer a collection. As y'all know, I'm very into nails. I'm very into nail polish. It is a thing that I have gotten way into more since the pandemic. And the collection that I'm going to say is my favorite right now is the new ILNP, which stands for I Love Nail Polish. It's kind of an independent indie nail polish brand. They have a new collection called Cloud 9. And it is like a pastel kind of based collection, but it's kind of like the polishes have kind of a neon-y like glow to them, and I think they have like neon-y flakes in them. So it feels very fantasy. That's kind of what they've been labeling it as. So those are my favorites in the collection. I think if I absolutely had to pick one that was my very, very favorite, it's called Open Skies in that collection. It's a pink, kind of hollow, very shimmery, also slightly neon, translucent polish. It's so cute. So that would be my favorite spring one. I don't have them yet, but they're coming to a video near you soon. What is your must-have lip color this spring? So I feel like this is more applicable when I used to go out and do stuff, and see people. I would say in terms of lip color, right now I'm really doing nothing but my Birds and Bees because I don't go very many places. In prior years, I would go for this, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it was kind of a berry MAC lip color, like a purpley, not quite like a wine colored, much more purple than that, but definitely on the kind of slightly brighter side. When I used to, go out and put on makeup regularly, I would do pretty much a kind of red or dark red lip for a lot of the year, but spring and summer I would switch over to this kind of berry lip, and I cannot remember the name of it, but yeah. So the third one is favorite spring dress. And I might be able to put a picture up of this. I haven't gotten it yet, but I am super into this brand called Marcella NYC lately. I saw them on Instagram, so definitely was influenced by an ad on Instagram. But it's a very simplistic kind of collection of clothes. They're all in neutrals, or some of the tops have come in a very kind of bright color, like a very bright red. The top I'm going to recommend the dress rather, I'm going to recommend is called the Manhattan. And it's an off-the-shoulder dress that has kind of an interesting back. I will put a picture up. And I bought this in white, again, on the off chance that I end up going somewhere. But I just thought it was such a cool kind of silhouette and thought it was really pretty. So that's going to be my favorite spring dress. Okay, what's your favorite flower? This is a hard one because I like lots of flowers. I really like Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise is one of my favorites. I always think they're so interesting, and they seem to pop up in kind of the weirdest places. I was in the In-N-Out drive-thru the other day, and they just had a spray of Birds of Paradise randomly on the side, and I was like, what? Oh my gosh. But they're so bright and colorful. The thing about flowers, I have kind of an interesting relationship with flowers in that I really like to look at them, but I don't like to smell them because I'm allergic and I sneeze. So flowers are very much a look, don't touch, and don't smell because you will start sneezing your head off, thing for me. So birds of paradise, another flower I really, really love, hydrangeas. They are so pretty, and I like that you can like cross the colors and get these really, really pretty hybrid colors. Again, on the allergies front, hydrangeas are one of the worst for them because they have all these tiny little petals that literally get everywhere if they get bumped at all. So I bought my mother some hydrangeas to plant outside in her garden like a couple of years ago, and I wonder how that plant is doing. But yes, birds of paradise and hydrangeas, I'd say, are tied for my top 2 favorites. Favorite spring scarf or accessory? My favorite spring accessory in my own kind of wardrobe is my light purple trench coat. Light purple, it's more like a lavender rather than a light purple. The reason I like it is because it is both light enough that, you know, I can kind of just fold it up, throw it on, etc., but also warm enough that when the temperature starts to drop, I feel like it does act like a real coat. The weather has been so up and down here in the part of California where I live, in that last week it was super hot and like 80s, and it was like, wow, okay, it's summer. And then this week it's in like low 60s, and I'm like, you know. I mean, that's normal for springtime, but I kind of was like getting used to the hot times. So this trench coat is I think would be very versatile, again, if I went places, but I don't really go places. So yeah. What spring trends are you most excited about this year? Makeup, fashion, or both? You know, again, I'm gonna talk about nails probably, because I think that that's where I have the most expertise versus makeup or fashion. So the nail trend that I'm most excited about is reflective nail polish. I don't know that that's a spring trend necessarily, but I'm definitely seeing way more reflective polishes coming on the market. So I started seeing them, I think last year, kind of cropping up, and it was one of those things where it was like, you absolutely had to have the flash on to see it, and it, you know, but I'm seeing a lot of different kinds of reflective polish now that aren't necessarily like you absolutely have to have the brightest light on them. The ones I'm thinking of are the KB Shimmer reflective polishes, which I own a few of. The first one I bought from them was All That Glimmers, and it's reflective, but it has a very heavy like micro glitter in it, so that it sparkles even when there isn't a light shining on it. Like it's extremely glittery. It's also very thick. It's one of the few polishes that, not few, but it's one of the ones that I am like super careful to store in a dark and cool place so that it doesn't dry out too much. But and I don't even use it that often because I am nervous about like having too many opening the bottle too much, introducing too much air, and I think that's probably silly. But I bought a few other reflective glitters with the same kind of micro, the reflective pigment with the same kind of micro glitters in them, and I really like them. I think they'll probably make an appearance for summer spreads because they're much brighter. They're like brighter blue, green, kind of iridescent green purple shift. But that's a trend that I am seeing many more brands kind of release their own glitter, reflective glitter polishes, and really like it. So yeah, that is something exciting that I am excited to see more of. Favorite spring candle? Spring candle. I'm not really a candle person, believe it or not. It's because my boyfriend is very scent averse. he's not a very, like, he doesn't like a lot of smells and stuff. So we generally have a lot of like unscented stuff, like unscented laundry detergent, unscented soap, unscented pretty much everything. So I don't have a lot of candles or stuff hanging around because, again, like, that would, I think, introduce a scent. We did buy an unscented candle to have for dinners, mostly for the ambiance and less obviously for the smell. So, but it didn't smell like anything. I am very curious about wax melts. I don't know if I'll ever get one, like a wax warmer, and, you know, but I see that as a part, like I see that on people's planner Instagrams as part of like the planner community. I see a lot of people in the wax melt community, and I always wonder, like, is it just because it smells really good? Like, yeah, I mean, I assume that's the key value prop. So I think if I had to pick a smell in a candle that I would probably like is vanilla. You can't go wrong with vanilla. I mean, when I walk into a house and someone's baking and I smell vanilla, it's like, ah, so good. So I think a vanilla candle would be great. But, you know, again, like, you got to kind of keep those things, keep the burning of them to a minimum, because if your whole house constantly smells like vanilla and then there's other smells mixed in there, I feel like it would be weird or gross. What is spring like where you live? So again, I am in Northern California in Bay Area, and spring to me has usually been like pre-summer, in that it starts to get really, really warm pretty early on in spring, like high 70s, low 80s, etc. This spring has been a little bit uneven. Like I just said, that, you know, we'll have weeks where it's really warm and then weeks where it's cold, and I'm like, are we going back into winter, or are we, you know, like, we're not really ready for spring. So I'd say it's mostly pre-summer and that it's really warm. But yeah, I would say that occasionally we do get some rain too. Although rain is mostly a winter thing, I would say. And winter in California is, you know, normal winter times, but it's like cold and rainy. So it rains in the quote unquote winter. It might rain in the summer. We actually have had some rain overnight, like light rain, but nothing really serious. Light rain in that, like, you wake up in the morning and you walk outside and it's like it's rained on your car, but it's not that much, and it doesn't really rain that much during the day. So yeah, that's what spring is like. What's your favorite thing about spring? I think my favorite thing about spring is the days getting longer. So, you know, I have noticed, obviously, with the time change, I think that was in the middle of March. I don't remember when we changed over the latest iteration of daylight savings, but having the sun not set until like after 7:30 means you can go outside and do way more even later. Like, I really, really enjoyed that. And also things starting to warm up a little more. Like, I think that it's been so great to just, you know, yeah, be outside when it's warm and really enjoy kind of being able to walk around, being able to just hang out, have a little picnic outside. So that's my favorite thing about spring. I'm going to skip ahead to two questions that I definitely wanted to touch on. Who is your biggest inspiration in the planner community? You know, this is actually a really hard, so I included this question, and I was trying to think of my answer, and this is hard to say because I feel like I see so many people doing things that are so unique that I'm like, I want to try that. So I'm just going to shout out some people who do really unique things that I occasionally like kind of try out, but I really love. So like Jenny of Jenny and Her Plans, I think is so good at like taking stickers and like kind of transforming where they're supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to go on the page. Like, she's so creative at just like figuring out new ways to lay things down. I think like she's really innovative at that. I also really like playing with Ava. Her spreads are very much like, they remind me of like Martha Stewart houses. Like, they're so clean, so neat, so organized. Like, I just look at them and I'm like, whoa, you know, I'm like blown away by how together it is. I also really, really love Katiana Plan's spreads because I feel like I see so many cool and unique kits and layouts with those kits that I'm like, whenever I see a spread of hers, I'm like, oh, boom, that's Katiana's, you know? And I feel like, yeah, like she uses a lot of unique kits and stuff where I'm like, I have not seen that before. I've not seen anyone using that. That's so like cool and different. So those are a few people who I feel like are really inspiring, who and I think with everyone in the planner community, I've gotten to this place now where everyone's style is so like familiar to me that I see a picture and I kind of don't even have to guess who it is. I'm like, boom, that's that person, because like the styles are so different and unique and cool. So the last one I'll answer in my last few seconds of this video is, has your planner style changed at all and how? I would say absolutely. When I first started planning at the end of 2019, I was big into functional and not really decorative. So I was using a ton of like planner Kate kits, definitely doing way more functional. And I shifted over to decorative, I think in like maybe a few months after that. But yeah, it's definitely changed. So thank you all for watching this video. Please check out Chelsea's spread, which I'll link in the description, and I will see you all next time. Bye.